I don't like that you roll your eyes every time I do my intro.
Not every time.
Bruh.
I caught you on camera. Back into the topic. Action.
Hey, hello, hello. I know. It's been a while now, like side control. I'm out of my zone now. I know what I know. I can never fall now. I can never fall.
Yo, it's your girl Dave back with another toast.
Alright, let's try this again.
You already know how this is going down. I'm back with another story time in the same outfit because I'm being productive. So for this story time, I'm gonna be telling y'all about the time I was almost kidnapped. So I was in second grade. How old are you in second grade? Like 8? No, 6. No, 7. Whatever age you were in second grade, we're gonna pretend I was that age. If I was 7, my sister was 12. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then my brother was 2. We're all 5 years apart. All 3 of us were together playing outside in Coral Springs. We went to go to the park. If you walked into the park was right here. Walk a little further, there's a big old cabana area, and then you walk a couple of steps, and then you have the pool area. And across from the cabana's gates, there is an indoor basketball court with really big windows, so whoever is inside can see outside to the park and to the cabana. We were sitting in the cabana. While we're sitting down minding our business, a black man, he comes up to us and he had his hair I think like an afro or either half braided. He came up to my sister and was like, "Hey, how are you? Do you know how to braid hair?" "Yeah, I know how to braid hair." He was like, "Well, I may need your help. I have to go to a very important event and I need my hair done." She's like, "Well, what are you trying to do to it?" He tells her he wants to get his hair braided. She was like, "Okay, well, do you have the supplies? Are you going to pay me?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you for it, but I don't have the supplies. Everything is at my house." "Well, where do you live? Do you live here?" "No, I live somewhere else, but I can drive us to my house and you can do my hair there and then I'll bring you back home."
Why the fuck you lying? Boy, if you don't.
So she's like, "No, why can't you just get a comb and we do it here?" And she's like, "I have my brother and my sister with me. We're not gonna go anywhere." "No, come on, it's gonna be really quick. I have to be there by 4 o'clock. And let's say right now it's like almost 2 o'clock at the time of him approaching us and him trying to convince us to leave with him. She's still like giving him rebuttals on why it's possible for him to get his hair done at the cabana with us. She just wanted to get the coins. He kept trying to sit down and convince us to go with him because it's really important and etc. And he has to wash his hair.
It don't take no 2 hours. Hearing that bothers the out of me. 2 hours.
2 hours to wash your hair.
And retwist it.
What do we look like? We're black. Something in him just didn't seem right to me. He's still there sitting down trying to talk to my sister, trying to make her comfortable, asking her name, how old she is, and trying to give her little compliments or whatever.
How old was the dude?
I don't know. He was definitely in his 20s, asking a 12-year-old girl to do your hair.
What the fuck are you going around trying to talk to kids for?
He needs some milk.
Like, how pathetic can you be?
Let's go ahead and rewind back into the topic. And I remember he walked through the park with another person. Like, he looked towards me and my brother and sister and just beelined it to the indoor basketball court. I feel like it was his partner in crime. He ends up getting frustrated with us because of the fact that we weren't leaving with him. There's so many people around you right now. Why are you only asking a bunch of kids to do your hair? That is crazy. My father comes to the rescue. He comes all of a sudden out of the basketball court. To this day, something in me makes me feel like his partner in crime didn't feel happy about what was gonna happen. And I feel like he went in the basketball court and 1 or 2 things happened. Either he went in the basketball court, acted completely normal about the situation and was playing with the other adults who were in the basketball court, or he had a guilty conscience, went into the basketball court, found an adult to tell that something was going on and this dude outside was trying to take someone's children, but it just so happened by the grace of God, the man who was in that basketball court was my dad. He's very scary to look at. Like, if you see him come running at you,
Run.
You go run out the way. Eyes bulging out. He is pissed. this? And then I see the other guy following behind my dad, coming out kind of shocked, like, oh my God, what's about to go down? I don't know what happened in there, and I really would want to ask my dad. I wonder if he remembers the situation, because when we never brought it up again after this. Anyways, he's home. Oh my God, I can't wait to go home now to ask him. My dad comes out. He's like, you messing with my effing kids? Boy, do you know who the F I am? He picked him up with these two fingers, like hooked his shirt up, and then lifted him off the ground, and he just had him in the air dangling. Like, do you know, these are my children. Like, then the man is shook. And then mind you, we're in a white neighborhood. This is Coral Springs. All the people are looking around shocked because they don't know what's going on. All they see is a bunch of black people arguing, yelling, and screaming. And then two little babies going, go daddy, go daddy. Oh, my dad is pummeling this man. All of the white people are like, oh my God, what's going on? And the man gets up and runs away, and the guy in the white shirt, his partner in crime, like kind of took him away from the situation. I'm not quite sure what happened after that. They did. No license plate or anything to report to the police. That's kind of how that story went. I'm glad I didn't get kidnapped. I'm glad I was safe. I'm glad it didn't happen to be a worse story than this. But all I can say is love your family, love your children, watch over them, pray over them. Like, you have to send that good energy to your kids, because at any moment something can happen. They could drink some poison water, okay? So you need to be grateful for your life and be grateful for the friends and family around you. I'll end this video off with letting them know how I got this scar in the middle of my forehead. So there's like a cross and then like a straight line somewhere. And that happened when I bust my head open, and then when I was 6 years old. I was in the store with my mom, kind of like a rainbow before rainbow was rainbow. There was dots. We were in the store and I was wearing all white this day. It was just me, her, and the cashier. And I couldn't find my mom. So I started walking around the store looking for my mom. Mama. So then I start freaking out because this store is big to me and I can't find my mom. I start running. I look behind me, I look in front of me, and then boom, it just happened. I hit the corner of the metal rack where they kept the clothes. Wherever the straight line is, that's the imprint of my head hitting the metal pole. I wasn't in pain though, but I don't remember crying when it happened. As I'm like coming to, starting to feel that it's coming down my face. And so I look down and I see blood down my shirt. I'm probably covered in blood at this point. I don't know what I looked like. But when I made it to the front of the store, the look on the cashier's face, like she just saw a ghost. Her face went pale and she was like, Tina. My mom's eyes bust out of her head, but she was more mad. And the lady, she's like, the nearest hospital was on such and such street, and she's grabbing as much napkins from the back as she can for my mom to press on my head. At this point, I've already touched the scar. We learned about skin and how there's multiple layers of your skin. You know that bottom layer where it looks like a brain? So when I touched my head at 6 years old, I thought I just cracked my skull open and my brain was spilling out. Because I didn't know how bad it was. I just thought, okay, maybe I cut my head. My mom's in the car, she's mad, she's pissed. I'm pretty sure she called my dad and told my dad what happened, and now we're on the way to the hospital. When we get to the hospital, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I blacked out. And I don't like doctors, I don't like shots, I don't like needles, I don't like pills. We're going to the national home of all of that poop. Oh, I was not having it. My mom said I was screaming, I was kicking, I was crying. I would not let anybody touch me. Of course, there's blood coming out of my head, so that's getting really, really messy. So they ended up sedating me and putting me in a crazy jacket so that way I couldn't move my arms or anything. So everything is just stuck to my body when I wake up on an operating table. Imagine that. You walk into a hospital, you black out, and then you wake up on a freaking table with a bunch of people around you and something covering your face. How are you today? Do you know what day it is? What's your name? Asking me all of these questions. I don't feel any pain yet, but I remember the feeling of the needle going through my skin. I start realizing that he's stitching my forehead back together, which is the diagonal scar that I showed you guys initially. So that's how I got this A on my forehead. Like a week later, they take the stitches out of my head, back to normal, but I still wore glasses back then. So the Harry Potter jokes started, and they never ended until about me getting into high school.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I was so sick of people making fun of me, but now I don't even mind the scar. Like, I totally forget it's there sometimes. Peace and chicken grease, you already know how to go. Like the video, subscribe, and out.